There is a lot of chatter out there about sleep and feeding your baby. I'm Julie Matheny. I'm a speech pathologist and an IBCLC lactation consultant. And one of the most common things that people are concerned about for their babies is how they're sleeping and how they're eating. Now, what I want to tell you is that your baby is feeding and your baby is sleeping. Your baby did not read the book. There are a lot of programs and protocols out there that don't make money off of your baby being a human. They make money off of trying to sell that there is something wrong with your baby, that your baby is not sleeping long enough or your baby isn't taking enough feedings. They're doing too small of feedings, they're snacking, they're using you as a pacifier. Honestly, there's a lot of fear mongering out there, okay? Your baby is feeding and you cannot teach sleep. It's a developmental norm. So remember, don't fall for the program, don't fall for the social media. You've heard me say it before. If you follow me for a while, your baby is feeding. How you feed is how your baby feeds. Some babies want small, frequent feedings. Some are snackers. Some are grazers. Some are bingers. There's a wide variety of what is normal. So I've used that analogy before, but I really want to flip it into another analogy, which is sports. What you see on social media tends to be the Olympic athletes. Do they exist? Yes, but it's a very small percentage. Olympic babies are those that can sleep 10 to 12 hours. They do 4 or 5 feedings a day, and they continue to grow. Now, in the breastfeeding world, those are Olympic breastfeeders. The Olympians are those that can go really long periods of time overnight and not lose their milk supply. The Olympian babies are those who can do big feedings less often. They exist in the world. It's why we love the Olympic Games. We are watching you, and we all want to be you, even though we will never be you. Then the next category are your competitive athletes. They exist. It's a pretty large portion of the population. Those are babies that can sleep 5, 6, 7 hours. They still do more frequent feedings during the day, right? But those are the babies, again, social media will tell you put them on a schedule, and those are the babies that follow the schedule. There are athletic babies. There are athletic mommies out there that can go longer periods of time, 4, 5 hours without losing their milk supply. But the majority of us are spectators. We want to be athletes. We want to be Olympians, but our babies are not. They are spectators. They want small, frequent feedings around the clock. They don't sleep very long. They wake 2, 3, 4, 5 times at night to do frequent feedings. They're like hummingbirds and barnacles. They're on and off and on and off and on and off, and then they're latched for long periods of time. There is nothing wrong with a spectator baby. In my opinion, from what I've seen, the majority of babies are spectators or regular athletes. They feed to their normal routine. They're growing and gaining weight well. There are Olympians out there, but they are farther and fewer between. But social media will make you think that every baby and every human can be an Olympian. Okay, so what I really want people out there to understand is feed your baby, trust your body, trust your instincts. If you feel like there is something wrong in your journey, your baby's not sleeping for more than 30 or 45 minutes, your baby's crying all the time, your baby's feeding to the point of exhaustion for you and the baby, there's something going on there. Please seek help from a qualified IBCLC lactation consultant. Definitely try to find answers of why your baby is not giving you sleep or is super fussy. But when you're looking at all of these training programs and protocols, go in with realistic expectations. The majority of us are not Olympians. Only about 20% of babies will sleep for 10 plus hours at night and do big, less often feedings during the day. Very small percentage. The majority of babies are either athletes or spectators. Lots of frequent feeding, lots of waking. It's very normal. There's really good research on that to say that babies feed frequently and often. So there's my spiel for you, my new analogy of if you have an Olympian or a spectator. Now you know.